Hi guys, it's Arielle. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we are on part 2 of my weight loss and health journey, which covers week 4 to 6. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, which is week 1 to 3, I will leave it linked down below. But just as a reminder, I started this journey at 177 pounds with a BMI of 24.5, a body age of 29, and a body fat percentage of 26.8. By the end of week 3, I was down to 167.9 pounds, a body age of 28, a BMI of 23.3, and a body fat percentage of 24.9. So I'm very excited to show you where we'll end up at week 6, but let's back everything up to week 4. Welcome to my week 4 featuring a compilation of breakfast. We are on a huge oat kick this week, starting out strong with the tiramisu overnight oat. And then I made this really yummy apple oat bake that I ate pretty much every day with Greek yogurt and a little bit of maple syrup. When I was all out of the oat bake though, I did switch over to having an egg, toast, and fruit for breakfast. And I had so many iced coffees this week, it was crazy. Literally as soon as the sun comes out, I immediately go to the kitchen to make myself an iced latte. You will see me making these all summer long. It's so easy. I just do 2 shots of espresso over ice, and then I use the Nespresso milk frother on the cold setting to make the cold froth. For lunch and dinner, I had whatever I could find in the fridge or freezer. I really just needed to keep it easy, so I had things like canned sardines, eggs, cottage cheese, and chicken nuggets for my protein, for example. This week was honestly terrible for me. I had a really big work commitment, so the entire week I was so stressed and so busy. Jean definitely stepped it up though. He did some meal planning and grocery shopping, and he actually cooked this chicken salad for us probably 4 times last week. This salad, you guys, I am addicted. I will leave the recipe link down below, but it is so good. You need to try it immediately. I literally just found this recipe while I was scrolling on my free page on TikTok, but it's just such a delicious salad and so low calorie because the salad itself is made up of lettuce, peppers, tomato, and some chicken. And the dressing, which is addictive, is Greek yogurt, lime, and sriracha. I think it's the lime and sriracha together that make it tangy and just delicious. And so all of that combined is not high in calories, but it leaves you feeling so full because you're literally just eating 2 entire peppers, 2 tomatoes, cups of lettuce. Like, it's just so good. He also made us the feta tomato chicken pasta that we make all the time. And again, I swapped out the pasta for cauliflower. And you guys, if you're trying to cut down on calories, if you're trying to lose weight, then swapping cauliflower for pasta is surprisingly very easy because the best part of pasta is the sauce and the Parmesan you put on top. There's really not a huge difference between cauliflower and pasta, which sounds kind of crazy to say, but trust me, as a certified pasta lover, I'm having no problem swapping it for the cauliflower. And the thing is, when I do this, when I swap cauliflower for pasta, I end up eating almost an entire cauliflower. It makes you feel so full. Like, it makes you feel like you've had a huge meal, but it doesn't leave you feeling bloated like you feel when you eat a huge bowl of pasta, you know? And so yeah, I really do find this a great way to decrease your calories, increase your vitamins, but also it's a way to eat a lot of volume without really increasing your calories. And for someone like me who's a volume eater, that's like essential. Moving on to snacks, I mostly had fruit and cheese, but I also made a few of these strawberry peanut butter and dark chocolate stars, which were good, but I definitely don't think I'll make them again because the best part were the strawberries and was definitely overpowered by the peanut butter and the chocolate, which are super high in calories. So if it's not the best part of a dessert, why include it? My basketball coach also made us raspberry muffins, and so not to be rude, I took one and shared it with Jean, and it was actually really good. But this is a huge change for me because normally if anyone bakes me a treat, I will unwrap it and scarf it down in 1 second then and there. And what I'm learning on this whole health and weight loss journey is that it's really important to have self-control. And not only does that help you with weight loss, but it also helps you enjoy the foods you're eating. Like, when I say I'm a volume eater, not only do I like to eat a lot, but for some reason, I just sometimes end up eating things because I'm so excited to eat the food, but because I don't take the time to savor and taste the food, it's like, I don't know, you're not really enjoying the food, you know what I mean? I also had a few gummies this week, which is a craving that I will attribute to the stress that I felt, but I will say that every time I went to go and eat the gummies, I did take out a little bowl, I had my scale, and I measured out 50 grams and didn't eat more than that. So portion control, check. I also really tried to maintain my workouts this week as much as I could, which included boxing, arm and ab workout classes, basketball. You can see me here coming home and showing Jean all the moves that I learned so we can go and practice them later, and also a lot of walking. We finished this week off with a bang because I finished the presentation I had for work and immediately I was like, let's celebrate right now. So we went to the grocery store, we picked up a bunch of junk food, and even though I did portion control, like I weighed everything out and I didn't overeat on the junk food, I knew that the results would not be pretty once I stepped on the scale the next morning to weigh myself for this video, but I really didn't care. I was so proud of myself and so happy that I was gonna indulge. Okay, welcome to week 4 weigh-in. I have to say, it's always a surprise what the results are gonna be. Like throughout the week, I always wanna weigh myself and like find out, but I've kept it to once a week and I film when I weigh myself. But last week was honestly chaos. I had this big presentation that I was working on, so I didn't do a proper grocery shop. I didn't really cook a lot of meals. I mean, you would have seen Jean cooked me the same chicken salad, I think 4 times last week. So I just was not in a mental capacity to meal prep, do groceries, to do anything other than this one big work commitment I had. And also because of all that work I was doing, I actually missed my Muay Thai workout. So I'm also down 1 workout. And then to celebrate the end of this big work thing, we had cocktails, chips, and saucisson. And I haven't had that in over a month, like before I even started this journey. I don't think I maybe have had 1 beer in the last month, but yeah, 2 cocktails was a lot. And so we had all of that last night, and I can't tell if that's why I feel a little bit bloated or because I'm also on my period. So I don't know. This week is a mess. I feel like a mess. I don't know what the scale is going to say. Let's find out. Okay, I'm at 167.3. So if last week I weighed in at 167.9 and this time we're at 167.3, I think I've lost about half a pound, you could say. I will also add that my BMI slightly went down from 23.5 to 23.3, and my body fat percentage went down by a little bit as well from 25.3 to 24.9%. So it's not my best. It's not my best weight loss week, but I know why. I slacked on the eating habits, I slacked on my workouts, and I hope this is just going to be a 1 week blip, although it is nice to still lose weight even if it's smaller than the other weeks. But yeah, I definitely feel more motivated and more excited to go into next week when I don't have any big stresses that are going to affect my lifestyle. Welcome to my week 5. I am still very much obsessed with having oats for breakfast. I started out this week with an apple cinnamon baked oat, and when that was done, I tried a new recipe with frozen blueberries because I'm trying to clear out our freezer. Oats are honestly just such an easy and yummy way to stay consistent with eating something filling in the morning. You can cook them in advance. There is no prep in the morning when you take them out to eat. It's just the perfect meal for someone who's on the go. My lunches and dinners weren't super organized this week. We did do a couple of random grocery shops to get essentials, but other than that, it was leftovers and whatever I could find in the cupboard or the freezer. And I feel like this is a problem for a lot of people who work full time, is finding the time to do a proper grocery shop. Jean and I work all day. Once I'm done work, I go to the gym. By the time I leave the gym, it's 8:30. The grocery stores are closed. I'm too tired to cook. It's just really crazy how not taking the time to sit down and meal plan and meal prep and do that big grocery shop, it completely affects your diet for the rest of the week. I did try a few new recipes this week, like a spinach, beet, and goat cheese salad, as well as egg, spinach, and tomato omelets. When it came to snacks, I had a few healthier ones like oats and yogurt and beet salad, but I also went out for a coffee and a croissant one afternoon, which was really nice, and I did have a few gummies as well, which again, I always weigh out to 50 grams max. The iced coffees are also still flowing. I did go out a couple times this week. Jean and I went to the Bouillon Chartier for dinner. I had to do some research for an upcoming video, so stay tuned. But we ordered carrots, pate, and leeks for our entrees, and I ordered the confit de canard for my main, and we shared some wine, as well as a profiterole and a chocolate mousse for dessert. This was kind of a date night for Jean and I, so after dinner, we also went to the movies, and I was so proud of myself because I didn't get a big bucket of movie theater popcorn or candy. And not that I have anything against that, like I don't go to the theater often, so I don't mind indulging in a little treat, but definitely not when I'm trying to lose weight and when I just had a pretty unhealthy dinner out. I also went out for drinks with my teammates one night after practice, and again, super proud of myself because I ordered a sparkling water instead of a beer and chose not to eat any of the apps. And this was kind of a no-brainer for me because the appetizers that my teammates ordered were all so unhealthy, like fries, mozzarella sticks, charcuterie, cheese. I don't know, it all looked very unhealthy and very deep fried, and I don't typically gravitate to things that are deep fried. They typically make me feel awful after. And not just that, but we had just done a really great cardio basketball workout, so I was not even tempted by this food. I was happy just having my water. And I also went out for drinks with Jean after the catastrophic influencer event. If you know, you know. I ended up ordering a gin and tonic just because gin is relatively low in calories and so is tonic water. When it comes to exercises, I actually tried to add something new to my workout this week. Okay, it's Monday night and I decided that I really want to try and get my 10,000 steps in every single day. So I just finished 10,000, well actually no, I did 12,000. I'll show you guys. I've been logging every time I've stepped on the walking pad. So I walked 4 times today. The first walk was 30 minutes for 3,300. The second walk was 25 minutes for 2,500 steps. This one was 27 minutes for 2,900 steps. And then I just finished this one, 33 minutes for 3,400 steps, for a total of 12,100 steps and 2 hours of walking today. So yeah, I'm gonna try and keep that up for the rest of the week and see how it impacts the weight loss. 10,400. 12,000. 10,000 finished. I feel like my leg's gonna fall off. On top of the daily walking, I still did my 6 workouts, which included 2 boxing practices, 2 basketball practices, and 2 ab, thigh, and arm classes. It's kind of crummy because I can't take my camera and film, obviously, the fitness classes, but when I say that I'm doing ab, thigh, butt, and arm workouts, like these are weightlifting classes, and it's not really heavy pumping iron classes, but they're classes where you are using the weights with your legs, squats, and your arms, doing all sorts of different exercises for over an hour. So don't worry, you guys, I am still getting my muscle workouts in. Normally those are just done in the ab and the arm classes, and I could go to the gym and lift weights, you know, regularly, but I feel more motivated and yeah, like I know what I'm doing when I'm following a teacher in a class. I was explaining to my best friend because it's hard to visualize, but basically just think of a very beginner dance class with weights involved at every single moment. So there is some cardio, but it is a lot of weights as well. I wish I could film it. Maybe one day I can just sit on the floor at home and show you all the exercises that we do, but yeah, don't worry, I am getting muscle workouts in. Also this week, I absolutely felt like a true influencer because for the first time in probably over a year, Jean got back into his habit of running. Like, he is a runner. He loves that, and for a moment he kind of stopped it, but I think because, I mean, obviously my lifestyle affects Jean, right? Like, we eat, we cook, we do groceries together, so if I'm eating healthier, he's eating healthier by association. But also, I think it's the fact that he saw me going to the gym 6 times a week that it kind of clicked for him as well. So not only did he start running again, but he also joined the same gym as me. So yeah, we're both in our little fitness girly era. But back to my workout, my fitness journey. I did notice a really significant change for me in week 5. Okay, so I'm just leaving the gym. I know I look like it, but I did a class called Body Combat this morning. It's basically an hour-long cardio session of dance mixed with martial arts. And I hadn't done this class in a while just because I have enough going on with basketball, Muay Thai, boxing, and ab classes. But I had a basketball practice that was canceled, so I went to this class. And I just thought it was such a testament to my progress because I remember the first time I did this class, it was last September. And I could barely make it through the class without dying. I couldn't breathe. I was so sweaty. And now for about a month, I've been doing 6 to 7 workouts a week. My cardio is so good. And I almost found this class too easy for me. So I just thought it's so interesting to be able to see that progress. And it wasn't just this one workout class where I noticed an improvement. It's in everything. It's in my basketball practices, it's in my boxing, it's when I'm just walking around in Paris. I feel like I'm out of breath a lot less often, and especially when I'm doing the higher intensity cardio activities like the boxing, I feel like I need less breaks, I sweat a little bit less, and I'm not really breathing heavy. And this was, I think, the very first time where I noticed serious progress, which feels so good because the thing is with fitness and weight loss and health in general, it's you make these changes, but they don't come into effect immediately. And I think this is a benchmark that I wanted to share with you guys because after 5 consecutive weeks of eating healthy, of doing 6 workouts a week, I finally noticed that my endurance was just really significantly improved. Okay, welcome to week 5 weigh-in. I'm excited for this one because if I didn't lose weight, that would be insane. Not only did I maintain the diet, maintain the 6 workouts per week, but I also walked over 10,000 steps every single day. So there's just no way that I didn't lose weight. I feel like my legs are a little bit smaller. I feel like my waist is a little bit smaller. And actually yesterday I had this event that I was going to. So I raided my closet and I just basically tried on everything I owned. And there was a couple things like a pair of shorts and a pair of jeans that I bought last year that didn't really fit me and I could zip up. So I'm confident. I am confident stepping on the scale. Oh yeah, and as a reminder, last week we weighed in at 167.3. $165.1, I knew it. Okay, I do think that's really great. Over 2 pounds is awesome. I really do think that stepping up the workouts by including the 10,000 steps per day also really helped. I think that's why I feel my legs feel slimmer. That's such a weird thing to say because 2 pounds isn't that much, but they just feel different. So I'll also add that my BMI went down from 23.2 to 22.9, and my body fat percentage went down as well from 24.8 to 24.3%. Yeah, I'm excited. Week 6, here we go. Welcome to my week 6. This week I actually managed to do a proper meal plan and grocery shop. What I find works best for me is going on my lunch break. There aren't too many other people in the store at this time when you compare it to after work or the weekend. And the fruit and veg are usually really fresh as well. I feel like my grocery shop doubles as a workout because you would not believe how heavy this backpack was. I truly thought I was gonna collapse on the way home. Along with the usual groceries, I also stocked up on easy proteins like canned sardines and tuna and frozen shrimp. More oats for breakfast. Have I told you that I'm a fan of oats? My fave recipe this week was an overnight tiramisu oat. I made 2 of them, and I also did a tiramisu oat bake here with bananas, which I liked a little bit less. It's something about the colder, creamier overnight oat that I really love. And then when I finished the baked oats, I had eggs, toast, fruit, and cottage cheese for breakfast. I've said this before, but the trick for me has really been to eat a good amount of protein during breakfast. That way it holds me over for hours until I have lunch around 2 p.m. So I eat things like cottage cheese, eggs, and Greek yogurt, which are all really high in protein. Lunch and dinner was more of the same old. I had tuna salad, sardines, my favorite chicken salad, and beet salad. One night we were feeling very lazy, so we just had pasta and used a jar of sauce out of the cupboard. Nothing fancy, and again, I swapped the pasta for cauliflower, Jean made us a really nice steak dinner one night with homemade sweet potato fries and asparagus. Another new meal that we tried were these fried eggplant bites, which is basically just eggplant stuffed with tomato and a little bit of mozzarella, oh, and basil, dipped in flour, egg, and breadcrumbs. So crispy, so good. We also made miso soup this week. I forgot how easy this was, and it's so nice on the colder nights that we're having right now in Paris. When it comes to the more unhealthy snacks, this week I had a pain au chocolat aux amandes, and Jean also brought home this box of cereal that he wanted to try. So I also did have a little tiny 30-gram bowl of this delicious chocolate cereal. Jean's mom also visited us from Fura this week, and she brought a delicious box of buttery chocolatey cookies. I was so excited. I flipped it over, I looked at the calories, and for 4 tiny cookies, it was 500 calories. So I was like, absolutely not. I will just have one. I also had some apricots this week, which I'm finding is a really good replacement for the gummy, chewy feeling that I crave in gelatin sweet candies. So that's been really good, actually. I highly recommend if you're like me and you love candy. Also, because I did do a big grocery shop this week, I was able to stock the fridge with chopped veggies, which was super handy to have when I was craving a snack. I also had some cheddar cheese, iced coffee, toast with honey, berries, and homemade popcorn with just a little bit of salted butter. My workout routine this week was definitely different. We had a holiday here in France, so my gym was closed for 2 days and my basketball practice was canceled, so I was down 3 workouts. And instead of going to the gym like in the place of those workouts, Jean and I did a 30-minute MadFit YouTube no equipment routine. And I really love the MadFit routines. Like, they're very good. They're comparable to what we do in the gym. But because we don't have equipment, we don't have like the rubber bands, we don't have the weights. And I honestly just feel less motivated than when I have the music blaring in the gym and the coach there encouraging you and showing you the steps and correcting you when you're doing them wrong and stuff. So I definitely love her programs. It's a great substitute, but I was relieved when we were able to go back to the gym for sure. At the gym this week, I only did 1 boxing class and 1 ab and arm workout class as opposed to my regular 2 because of all these closures. And I didn't have basketball practice, but I did have a basketball game, which was insane because we only had 6 players, and so it was just so much cardio. Okay, we just got back from the gym. We had our ab and arm workout today, and I decided, because I have these big mirrors that you can look at yourself while you're like doing the movements and stuff so you do the right thing. I was like, you know what? I feel confident enough to only wear a sports bra and leggings next time, so that's exciting. I was also very consistent with my 10K steps on the walking pad every single day this week, and we also went on a little romantic date which involved an hour of rowing, so I'm gonna count that as exercise. I also went out twice this week. Once when Jean's mom was visiting us from Fura, we went out for lunch at my absolute favorite restaurant called Le Mija. I had beet salad for my entree, fish for my main, and a small pastry for dessert. I feel like Le Mija is perfect on their portion sizes. They give you just enough to make you feel not hungry and to really enjoy the food, but you don't leave the restaurant feeling extremely bloated and very full and ready to go into a food coma. So I really do appreciate that when I go to Le Mija. Jean and I also went on a little date along the Canal Saint-Martin. We had lunch. I got a burrito and Jean got a quesadilla. Welcome to week 6 check-in. I'm excited. I don't really know what to expect. I was pretty consistent with my week last week. The gym being closed 2-3 days was not great, but what can you do? I will say one thing though that I did notice. I was able to fit into a pair of shorts that I couldn't fit into anymore in week 5, and I bought this jacket off of Vinted last year. It looks very aluminum foil on camera, but it's just really beautiful metallic colors in real life, and I could not button it up. I couldn't fit it over my arms, and look at this. Oh wait, let me move you down. It fits perfectly. Honestly, I love it. I swear it's not this aluminum foily, guys, but it just feels so good to fit back into some older clothes. Okay, let's get on the scale. As a reminder, last week I weighed in at 165.1. I'm so nervous. $163.5. So that means week over week, I've lost 1.6 pounds. And if we go all the way back to week 1, when I weighed 177 pounds, over the course of 6 weeks, I've lost 13.5 pounds, which is great. Honestly, I'm really happy with that. I'll also add that my BMI went down from 22.9 to 22.6, and my body fat percentage went down as well from 24.3 to 23.9. Also, surprisingly, my body age dropped from 28 to 27. I love that I'm just getting closer and closer to my goal. I'm so excited. Now to recap the last 3 weeks, I lost 0.6 pounds in week 4, I lost 2.2 pounds in week 5, and 1.6 pounds in week 6, for a total amount of 4.4 pounds lost between weeks 4 and week 6, which is definitely less than weeks 1 to 3 where I lost 9.1 pounds. But I'm going to attribute this to the massive amount of stress I felt in week 4 where I didn't maintain my diet or my workouts, and then in week 6 when the gym was closed for like half the week. I also think it's really cool that in 6 weeks, I've been able to lose 13.5 pounds, weighing in at 163.5 pounds today. And that makes me exactly halfway to my goal of 150 pounds, which means I only have another 13.5 to go, which is really exciting, really encouraging, very motivating. I hope it was fun and helpful to watch me along this journey, and above all, I hope it shows you that you don't need to do extreme dieting to lose weight. For me, it's been consistency and moderation that has really helped me be successful in weight loss. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, but also thank you so much for your support. All of the kind comments on my last video and the Instagram DMs, just really, I very much appreciate. You guys are also what keeps me motivated. So that is all for this update. I'll see you guys on Monday as per usual, and then I'll see you in another 3 weeks for my next weight loss update.